before. And now you're going to see a lot more violence and everything because everyone's going to be pulling back. You know, white people are going to be pulling back, and it's going to separate us even further. Not that he doesn't have the right to, you know, to voice his frustrations, because I understand. I truly do. I know what he's talking about. However, this isn't really good for us. You know, it's not good. We need real leaders to come out and somehow we have, well, it's the media machine, man. It's the media machine. I mean, they're the ones that are really creating all this hatred amongst the races. And yeah, and you know what we really need to do, what really needs to end is what we're seeing in television and all over media. That somebody needs to take control of that, all that propaganda, man. I mean, until that stops, we are never going to get over this. I mean, it's just going to keep building and building. And every time I see this kind of racial stuff going on, man, I'm like, oh shit, I can see the future, and it's not good. And you know, I always think back when, like I told you guys, when I was a kid, and they were talking to some seer, you know, into the future of America, and I thought it was absolutely, this was 1980s, and I remember them saying, yeah, America is going to fall because of all the racial stuff, and I'm growing up, and I am literally at a school that's very diverse. There was never any of these problems like this, like we see today. I mean, holy shit. And I thought this person, I was like, this is the stupidest, like theory of how America, you know, crumbles internally is because of racial division. Like, no way. Like, we're coming together every year where people are, you know, are more diverse and, you know, more accepting of one another. I mean, that was what I saw. That was my world. I thought that was absolutely insane. But you know what? Now I see just completely taken back by what's happened. And yeah, I can see it. I really can. I can see the big problem in the future. And it's only going to get worse. So there's that. And then let's see the next clip. Let me see. Don Lemon. And the reason I brought this one up is because I wanted to see what Don Lemon said. You know, he said something about Don Lemon. So look, here it is. Interestingly enough, it popped up. Here it is.
Because black people, if you really want to fix the problem, here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5. And if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not doing this, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not talking about you. Here's number 5. Pull up your pants. Walking around with your ass and your underwear showing is not okay. In fact, it comes from prison when they take away belts from the prisoner so that they can't make a weapon. And then it evolved into which role a prisoner would have during male-on-male prison sex. The one with the really low pants is a submissive one. You get my point? Number 4 now is the N-word. By promoting the use of that word when it's not germane to the conversation, have you ever considered that you may just be perpetuating the stereotype the massa intended, acting like a nigger? Now, number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Just being honest here. Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids are acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. A high school dropout makes on average $19,000 a year. A high school graduate makes $28,000 a year. A college graduate makes $51,000 a year. Over the course of a career, a college grad will make nearly $1 million more than a high school graduate. That's a lot of money. And number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent father. And the studies show that lack of a male role model is an express train right to prison. And the cycle continues.
Okay, so those are all very solid, very good points to bring up to help, at least, from his perspective, to look at your community and, hopefully turn things around. Good advice. And it's Don Lemon saying it, a black man. So, I guess, it's better than some white guy saying it, right? Even though, whatever. I'm just saying, nobody wants to hear it, right? But that was 2013. And nowadays, it's either you blame white people or you blame Trump. I guess. It's like the craziest thing. I'm reading the comments. I'm like, oh, Linda, don't even talk. Dude, I know you just didn't say I have black friends. Oh my God, just stop. Whatever. You were such a cracker. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. And then, because did you just call me brown? Whatever. Yeah, I'm brown. I'm a coconut baby. You damn saltine over here trying to give. Whatever. I want to hear from you with your privilege. Oh, man. All right. I just had to get that racial stuff out. Anyway, I'm just, hey, look, it is what it is. It's in our face, man, every day. We all know it. And I've never really brought up. I mean, I'm brought, whatever. I just try to talk about it. But, I mean, I don't, make it a point to bring this stuff up. But, this is how it works for me. When I just start seeing stuff in the news, it makes me go, okay, that's interesting. Why are they doing that? I just see the line in the sand getting deeper, man. That's all. Okay. So a lot of that's going down. Let's see what else is up. Next one is. Oh wow, this was crazy.
Hey everybody, real quick video.
So this one was wow. That's and this is what the media has done. It has literally made everything like a black-white issue, isn't it? Or maybe, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Like, you see this in Ohio, right? Predominantly white town, and it's like the government doesn't give a shit. And these poor people are, their dogs are dying, chickens dying, fish are dying. It's like, okay, you can't tell me this stuff isn't toxic. It's killing all the animals, all right? And it's in the, no. And the EPA isn't really doing much about it and whatever. But Biden hasn't been over there. And I guess what's that? Buttigieg? Whatever that guy's name. The guy that's over the EPA or whatever, he went down there finally 2 weeks later. I mean, nobody seems to really be giving a shit. The whole thing is so weird. It looks like it was totally planned. The trains, cars, whatever, topple, and then next thing you know, they're like, this is the best thing that they've come up with is let's just set this shit on fire and create like a mushroom cloud over the city and then drop down all the chemicals over. Yeah, that was what you thought, and you didn't even tell the residents. You didn't even warn them hey, we need to evacuate you guys because we're going to light off these chemicals. Dude, this whole thing is just really, really, really shady. But anyway, 5 Ohio toxicology testers die in a freak plane crash. Now, I don't know if they found something or they uncovered something, but yeah, their plane fucking crashed. I think they'd already done their reports or they were, flying back to, with the information they had, and I think that's when the plane crashed. Okay, not good. Looks very suspicious. Did they get Clintoned? Is this what happened to these poor guys? Anyway, let's listen to the clip. Here's what happened.
Here, there's a plane crash in Little Rock, Arkansas today that killed 5 people. But not just any 5 people. 5 people of the testing group who are responsible for assessing the damage to the environment in Ohio. East Palestine, Ohio. And a lot of people are accusing the train company and the testing group of participating in a cover-up. So this is a very strange occurrence. There was a private plane carrying these people around that had a mysterious crash. So I wanted to get this update out there so people can converse and discuss and comment on this. Jeremy Lafredo, the first person I saw cover this, says, the plane that crashed in Arkansas and killed all passengers on board was filled with CTEH employees, a controversial consulting firm hired by Norfolk Southern, the train company that crashed, to carry out toxic testing in East Palestine. NBC News says it's a science-based consulting firm, CTEH, and confirmed all 5 were employees. And here's an excerpt from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. Toxicologist contracted by Norfolk Southern, CTEH. Mike Morbius says, 5 environment workers killed in Arkansas tragedy were on their way to Ohio. All 5 people, including the pilot, worked for consulting firm CTEH. Isn't this peculiar? So were they trying to kill people who might have been witnesses to something? Maybe to the cover-up? So there's a couple possibilities here. One is that they killed people involved in a cover-up so that there were no witnesses to blow the whistle. Another possibility is they're trying to draw more attention to that possibility that I just mentioned, when that might not actually be the case. Maybe to aid in the land confiscation, problem reaction solution, get people to demand evacuations. Like, this could be a psyop designed to elicit the desired reaction. But it is a very interesting headline. Here's another update. A plane crashed outside of the Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport in Little Rock, Arkansas today. All 5 people killed worked for the environmental consulting firm CTEH, the same firm doing toxicology testing in East Palestine. Interestingly, yesterday, the company CTEH, who just today lost 5 employees, posted 3 job offerings. So they were already looking to hire more and more people, and then 5 of their employees died the next day. Isn't that interesting? So I want to hear what everybody thinks in the comments. Just a couple other factoids to include here. Here's a resident of East Palestine displaying green water off her property following the chemical release, as it's called. The train company Norfolk Southern claims that their hired toxicologist, CTEH, accidentally asked her to sign a hold harmless agreement in exchange for testing.
This was the water they pulled from around their property after the chemical release. Last week, Caitlin says that Norfolk Southern, the company that operated the train, came to the door to test for toxins in their home. But before they could, they would need to sign this document.
We were told that they were an independent testing agency. Before they could enter the premises, they handed us a contract. The contract was essentially, to be able to get onto the property, but also at the bottom was a hold harmless agreement.
It states that upon signature, the landowner agrees to hold harmless the company for any and all legal claims, personal injury, or property damage.
So again, my heart goes out to all the victims in this tragedy. But I'm wondering how much of this is a psyop? How much of this is a hoax? And this plane crash, while it could be indicative of a major cover-up, it might be goading us into a desired conclusion, desired behaviors, desired actions. And we've talked about this previously. I think this is very, very interesting. I want to hear what you all think. I don't mean to disparage or to lessen the plight of these people. I'm on guard for sneak attacks, for them tricking people off of their land, etc., etc. So we have to consider that possibility. I mean, this is very interesting. The mainstream news is covering CTEH consultants dying in a plane crash right after the scandal where this big chemical explosion supposedly happened. And then they told everybody the water's safe to drink. There's no problem. We cleaned it up, etc., etc. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hey, everybody, real quick video here.
Okay, so he brings up a good point, right? Like, is this a way to get people out of that area for a reason? Do they need, for whatever reason, I don't know what. Is there something in that area that they, that they need? I don't know. I was reading something else where they were talking about like, they might use some sort of eminent domain, in a more of an EPA way to force people. They would buy their homes at a low cost, and then you'd be forced to leave your house. And I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I'm sure there's been other situations where that probably happened. So, be on the lookout for that. Are these people going to be forced out of their homes? Is it, what's going on there? A lot of questions. What blows me away too is it's like the current administration, like how do you drop the ball so bad? It happened. Like, okay, Biden was in Ukraine. All right, well, he might not have been. I don't remember if he had already gone to Ukraine or not, but he had gone out there to visit, and then you got Trump going out there to visit, and then there was of course, Buttigieg or whatever. He took like almost 2 weeks to get out there. There was no funding from the government to help with the crisis. Just all kinds of it's just weird. It kind of reminds me of Katrina. Like, how can you fuck it up so bad, right? You guys remember Katrina? I mean, holy cow. Like, how can you just F that up so bad? But you remember in Katrina, man, it was weird because they were blocking private people from bringing in aid. It's like they wanted people to suffer. It was fucking crazy. And then remember all the FEMA trailers that were just, like, a lot of them never got used, and it was just a big waste of money, and somebody made a bunch of money off of that. And, come on, man. I mean, this stuff happens all the time. This isn't the first time. Obviously, it's not as big as Katrina, but yeah, we've seen this before. So, I don't know. Keep your eyes open, people. If you see anything, let me know. Post it in the comments section. But yeah, it's it could be just a big ass psyop for a desired result. Absolutely. All right. What's next? Let's see here. This is kind of weird. Again, I don't know if there's any relation to it. Is this just more hysteria? There's some train cars out in the middle of California somewhere, full of some sort of chemical, and they don't know where. Now, we don't know. She doesn't know. Nobody knows. But then you're like, oh no, are they gonna? That's kind of effed up, Then my mind goes, wow, are they just gonna start, forcing people off of their land and have all these chemical spills? It looks pretty suspicious if this happens like right away. But nonetheless, it just might be a train car sitting there and this person's just tripping. I don't know. Anyway, let's listen to what she has to say. Here we go.
Brought out to this field, Stanislaus County, California, and this is the center of like the heartland of the nut industry, the almond industry, the almond, walnut, cattle. There's not a lot out here, folks. And yesterday we were at a gathering and we were alerted by another rancher that the railroad company, some company, that nobody knows which company this is, has brought in hundreds of these railroad cars. And you can just see the line of them here. Let me see it, make sure I'm getting it in the shot. Sorry. Getting this in the shot. Now, on the cars, they say odorless liquid petroleum gas. Now, they are loaded. They're riding low on their axles. They're double and triple beat on this switchback. And this is important because these ranchers, this is unprecedented in this area. None of them, they're like, what the hell is this? Why are they bringing this into the, heart of nowhere? I mean, unless you own land here or you're in the know-how, you don't know that this is here right now. And like I said, this is just the end of this line. I'll make sure I'm getting these cars in here. And it goes on for miles. There's hundreds of these cars filled with an unknown liquid in the middle. Now, what's significant about this is just over, a few miles over is the main water pipeline that goes into San Francisco. This also abuts two important agricultural rivers that feed this agricultural valley. So we don't quite know what's going on here, and it was the talk of the valley yesterday. I'm just visiting from Alaska, so I did ask one of the ranchers to bring me out. Brought out.
All right, I was looking up something too because it made me think about it. Did you guys ever see that clip where that guy, I guess he was out fishing and he caught like government officials dumping some poison in the streams in Canada? That shit was crazy. He caught him red-handed. And I don't even know whatever happened with that story. There were dudes like legit dudes in hazmat suits dumping a chemical into the water supply or in the river, like polluting the river. And apparently he knew one of the, I guess the sheriff or whatever, and he's like, oh, dude, really? Like, really, Ed? Like, yeah, I can't, man, it breaks my heart you're a part of this. And I'm just, this is not verbatim, but I'm just saying, like it was weird, man. And so I don't know what to say about that, but it looks like these dudes are totally busted and caught, right? And so whatever happened to them, did they get arrested or anything like that? Does anybody remember that story in Canada? If you do know that story, email it to me right now at scareperformance@gmail.com. I'd like to kind of play that tonight because that's really interesting. Because so we're catching, like, at least right now anyway, it seems like a lot of strange stuff going on. Is it a deep state type stuff happening? Like, are they trying to pollute our water? Yeah, more than likely. Are they trying to? Are they messing with our food? Well, yeah, I would think they are. So a lot of that's going on. There's an attack on us on all fronts, right? Spiritually, definitely an attack on us. And then, of course, our food supply, our health, our well-being is being attacked every day. So this is a constant thing. We are, it's coming at us from all angles. But if anybody remembers that Canadian story, email that to me because I'm trying to look it up and I cannot seem to find it anywhere. I don't think it's on YouTube. I'd be surprised if it was. I was looking in other social media channels and I'm having a hard time finding it. Sometimes the search in other places is difficult. So, let me know what you guys find out. All right, let me look and see what else we got because I'm not sure what else I put in this list. Let me see. Oh, dude, this is so messed up. Oh, my God. Okay, viewer freaking discretion advised. I mean, straight up, y'all. I'm going to show this because, damn. I mean, this is, we've hit another level of just complete debauchery in our world. Like, dude, I couldn't believe I was witnessing this. And it's just like, wow. So let me show it to you. But seriously, if you have any kids, I mean, legit, if you got kids or anybody you don't want to see this is definitely mature, and I mean mature content. And I have to share this because, man, I'm telling you, if I ever go under for any reason, surgery, someone's going to be videotaping the entire procedure because I'm going to have a friend in the room because this is so wrong. Okay, here we go. So what happens is, I believe they said this, let me look at it. I think it was a cesarean. Let me look at what it was. Anesthesiast. How do you say that word? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Caught on the camera sexually assaulting a woman during a C-section. Okay. Anesthetist. Oh my God. I gotta say that. Anesthetist. Whatever. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's just go there. I'm too tired. Oh, I know the word and I can't say it. All right. But anyway, this is messed up. So she's out and dude, yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's a dude's junk. He's been putting it in people's mouths. Like, that's so fucked up, man. Yikes. I'm sorry. I had to share it because it's just like, it's like, kind of like, shows you where we're at. So here's a dude who's probably like, okay, I don't know what these people make. I don't even know. Where was this at? Let me look, see if there's any information on it. Where was this at? Let's see. Was this in America? No, I don't know. Oh, it was in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, well, that's a little better. It was third world, practically. But, all right, look, the thing is, though, man, yeah, you wake up and, you're like, damn, something, that's not, they'll be like, no, it's just, from the anesthetic, it's, I would just say, make sure. I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's so bad. Oh, God. Anyway, there's that. Jesus. Dude. Wow. I keep seeing these things. I don't even know if they're real. This is like, facial recognition. We all know this shit's around, but I've seen it for different things, right? I've seen it for food and drinks and stuff. It's kind of weird. I just want to share it tonight because it was to get toilet paper. Suppose.
Thanks for checking out the stream tonight.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Dude. You're in a lockdown society when, you gotta show facial recognition to get some toilet paper. That is...
The symptoms of acute radiation sick.
So, yeah. That's, I thought it was kind of messed up. That's the first time I've ever seen a toilet paper dispenser do that, so, Oh, yeah, this is that stuff they're doing with the deepfake stuff, where they can put your face over anybody. I don't know, I was watching some of this earlier. I was like, yeah, they did that crap to me. Who was that was doing that to me? They took my face and that was Lothar was doing that to me. And he was doing it with some app, man. And I knew at that point, I was like, oh, shit. You know. It's going to be even more legit. Another one I saw was pretty crazy was they took this guy, his entire body, and scanned it. And then they were able just to insert him into, Kobe Bryant, or whatever, some basketball player, right? And they put him on the court in his, just chilling, with a t-shirt on and some, slacks. And he's over there dribbling the ball, and it looks real as shit. For real, you can't even tell the difference, man. It's like, wow. And it was all computer generated, and they just put you in that person's role. And I'm like, wow, that's wild. Okay. So, that's kind of new. I didn't know about that. I knew about the facial stuff, but, let's see. I was talking to someone, the other day at work, and it was a new vendor. They were coming in and they wanted to meet with me, and we were going over some stuff, and we were talking about thermostats. One of the residents that I'm in charge over. I'm in charge of a very, very exclusive place in Dallas-Fort Worth that has a lot of high-profile people that live there, elderly people. And one of the ladies wanted to put a new thermostat in. Her son bought it, and we got to talking because it turned out that the thing was a smart thermostat, and you have to have Wi-Fi. You have to have an app on your phone to use this thing. And then once you have it, you can just talk to it and tell it what temperature you want in your house. So I'm sure once you get it set up, it's kind of techie and cool. But she's like, I don't know, 70 something. She's like, I don't want all that crap. And I'm like, yeah, I understand, ma'am. So, we're going to get that changed out for her. But it was the lady I was talking to was like, she was like, she overheard the conversation, and she's talking to me about, we just got talking about privacy issues and stuff. And it's just funny how, like, when you talk to normies and they're just like, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not doing anything. And I'm sitting there going, I'm trying to, like, wake this person up, and they literally just don't care. It's like, I'm like, come on, you don't think this is a problem? You don't think it's like, why is it that my credit score has anything to do with my insurance rate on my car? What do you think I'm going to do? Look at my credit score and just lose my mind and like, oh my God, it dropped a few points. Let me just run this red light now and just, be a dick. Like, do you think I'm really going to do that? Like, well, why would that happen? I said, that's a social score. It's just preparing us, I said, your credit score is linked to so many things that they decide that how you get your rating and what type of benefits you get, what kind of deals you get and stuff like that, your price. You don't think that's a problem? That they're doing. I mean, sure, my driving record, let's go off that, there have been times in my life where we shouldn't go off my driving record. Yours truly to pull over. I've probably been pulled over like 100 times. I'm not kidding. Like, I have one of those faces, man. It's like, pull me over, But I've been cool. Keep the hands on the wheel, Yes, officer, no officer, Not thuggy, try not to be. Anyway, so, yeah, we're going over that. Just like, they're just like, yeah, it's no big deal. Whatever. And I was like, yeah, it is a big deal. It's our freedom. We're giving it away. You don't think this, and they don't. It's weird. It's just weird. Yeah. And so once I talk to people like that, I'm like, I really don't want to buy anything from you. I really don't. Oh, this kid here, dude. This kid knocks it out of the park. And again, I showed you that first clip with the Dilbert. You're going to see more and more of this. And again, I think that's just creating more of a divide. But can you blame people for not being concerned? I mean, if you don't know what's going on out there right now, you're living in a box. You need to go into some VidMax or, I'm not saying to watch all those videos because that shit will just, and I don't watch them all, but there are so many videos of just shit getting torn up by a certain demographic. But there are so many videos, they've been amped up. Anyway, this kid here, he just wants to kind of explain what's happening in his very woke school. So here we go.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you, or most of you, don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school, and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I will never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong. And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive. When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased. There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, whites have a pretty good situation right now, unquote. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin. To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more. And it's becoming the first thing I notice when I meet someone, which has never before been the case. RHS administration confidently told me that RHS students and staff are happy with their equity statement. But from my experience in talking with other students, this is not the case. I know many kids who disagree with their teachers, but they're too scared to stand up because they're worried that their grades will be docked and their learning experience will be affected. My honors government teacher, I'm not going to say his name, but he's mentioned that Democrats care more about all people while Republicans only care about themselves. And he's also inferred to us that socialism is better than democracy. He even had a statue. He had a statue of a socialist leader in his classroom. I've been told by a lot of kids that they just stay silent and adjust their schoolwork to reflect an acceptable opinion to secure a good grade. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs. There is clearly only one way to think in this district, and that is that they are teaching their kids to shut up if they don't agree. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? A fellow coworker at my job, who by the way is of color, discreetly told me that the school seemed to be pushing a very leftist agenda in class. This proved that not everyone is happy with your school, and not everyone who isn't happy is white. Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned, and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I have decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online. And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points, I encourage you to think about it, because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer, but I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs, and it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196. Thank you.
Dang, the kid knocked it out of the park, didn't he? I mean, that was a beautiful speech, and he's absolutely right, man. You know, I mean, that's the way they're sort of like they're demonizing kids for stuff they didn't even do. The whole racial thing, I kind of chalk it up to, like, you remember Bill Burr, the comedian? You know, he kind of talked about something about, I don't know, it's probably been almost a decade ago, how, you know, there was all these shows about pedophiles on TV, you know? There was Let's Catch a Predator and all this other stuff. And he was saying, like, he really likes kids, you know? But unfortunately, like, all the people they were catching seemed to look like him. He's like, Jesus, man. He's like, I can't even look at a kid anymore. He's like, if you know, I see a kid on a plane, I'm like, hey, you know, like, whatever. And then the mom's all like, oh my God, is that one of those, you know, is that one of those predators or something? And it makes things really uncomfortable. And I get it, you know, I know what he's saying. So, okay. So this is the same damn thing with all this shit that they're pushing right now. With the whole, you know, it just makes everything uncomfortable out there. Like, you're just, you know, you're on guard. You see it, and you're already, if you're a white person, God bless America, man. A white male, oh my God, it's so bad the way they've demonized all these people, and it's not fair. It's a real tragedy, and I really feel for people like that, because I mean, these are the people that, and this is why I try to tell people of color as well as all people, like, because again, I've been in the middle, right? I have the opportunity to sort of be accepted on both sides of things, right? Both black and white. And I when I speak to people, I always tell them, look, the other side is there's no difference, like they're getting up every day to, they want to support their families. They get up every day to go to work. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They don't have time to sit there and think about hating anybody else. Nobody gets up in the morning and thinks, how am I going to make your life more difficult because you're a different race? This is so fucking ridiculous. Okay? But the media will have you believe that, like, white people are all conspiring, to somehow destroy you. And then you get the BLM stuff, and the white people think that all black people want to do is burn up the cities and set dumpsters on fire and shit. And it's like, this is where we're at, And so, in the schools, oh my God, I can't even imagine going to a woke school. Oh, like, there's no way I could stomach it, right? But yeah, these freaking teachers are crazy. Teaching all this bullshit to the kids and, getting them to already be like, feel as though they're oppressed. And they're not. We live in the freest society ever with more opportunity than we've ever had, no matter what your race is. Bullshit. You work hard. You get an education. You learn a trade. Okay, nobody gives a fuck about your color. All right? If I got a guy on my team, and he's just good at his job, he shows up to work, I know that he's going to be a guy I can count on. I don't give a fuck what his color is. I mean, it's just so freaking annoying and infuriating to just see us like this and to see so many people being programmed by the media. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But anyway, I think it's good that the kids are standing up and they're finally saying something, because it's funny, because these board members, on the school board, that they're more willing to listen to a child like this than to listen to an adult with some common sense. So maybe we can get some change. All right, Paul Adams is in the house, man. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. A lot of folks are coming in here that I haven't seen in a while. Oh, wow. Paradoxon Oxide is here. The War is Funny Farm. What's up, my brother? Mr. Ray. Zeb. No, was it No Way Thoughts? Sorry.
Add price drop protection.
Tell you what,
we'll pay you back if your flight
that.
gets cheaper.
We got this natural cheese.
All in a snack. A move and go snack. Balance race.
Like a Pez dispenser. Oh, funny. Oh, it's cute. Let's see. This next one. Oh,
So if nearly half of all blacks are not.
Oh, let me go. Stop that. This was another one. This was, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is horrible, man. The teacher's aide took this kid's Nintendo Switch, and I ain't gonna show it because it's so brutal. He just like throws this teacher and knocks her out, and then starts beating her down. This is what I'm talking about, man. I mean, but it's not even a level of that, man. That's not really a black-white thing. She was a white teacher. It's just more about these kids and like to think that they're getting violent over Nintendo Switches. Violent over the taking away something like a video game. Like they're willing to attack another human being. I don't know. Somebody said that the kid was maybe like a mentally challenged or something, but I don't know, man. It's just it's stuff I've just never seen before. I mean, that's part of the stuff. But anyway, it's stuff like this. Be careful what you click on, man. Just warning. What's next? I saved all these clips and then I just. This is like a YouTuber wannabe rapper pulls a knife on a couple and threatens to stab them during a bad prank gone wrong. So this guy, the prank is, he walks up and these black guys who are very threatening dudes, like walk up and this guy's got his girlfriend there and dude, it's not cool. I mean, he walks up and he's like, yo man, you got my bag. And then he's like, no, it's not your bag. He's like, yeah, man, that's my bag. And like they're standing there like they're ready to fight the guy. So what do you think he's gonna do, right? He's like, and then when the dude like stands up to him, the guys doing the pranking then get real thuggy, like they want to kill the guy. It's like, oh my god, it's not even funny. This is stupid. Like, what the hell? I mean, pranks are pranks. I get it, but this one. I mean, it's like pranks from what? From hell? This is awful shit, man. Anyway, I'll play a little bit of it, but dude, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Isn't that the same bag you bought last week? How we get on the thing? We can't find our bags.
Yeah, the same top bag.
Bro, that's his bag, right? He bought. What did my mother bought that same bag, bro?
Same top bag.
Bro, there's nothing about no video. Like, what did my mother? Can we just get our bag? You can't get it. I can just get the. Why you walking away with my
bag, bro? Touch my bag.
Bro, relax, bro. Relax, bro. You joking? It's a joke. You're being white. Like, I'm really on that. You don't know who I am? Google you, nigga. I'll beat you up, bro. Stop playing with me. What? I'll scrap you right now. What? Nah. How you feeling? What? Nah. Calm down, bro. Nobody.
Yeah, real hilarious, dude. Freaking idiots. I swear. Anyway, this stuff like, I mean, where's the humor? I don't even get it. It's not funny. All right? Especially right now. It's not good. It's not good. This guy. This dude. This guy needs an award. I love it. Brother walks in there and he's like telling these woke ass school teacher, I guess she is, and he's like, yeah, man, why are you putting my damn son in a dress? Or my grandson. I think maybe it's grandson. Anyway, we'll listen to it. You'll see, man. This is what needs to keep. This needs to happen. Like, anytime they do this shit to our kids, like, dude, we need to come in mass. And we, unfortunately, I'm afraid, but we need to really get in their faces over this. They need to know that. I feel like they need to feel like, yeah, there could be some serious repercussions for doing this to children. And here it is.
You know, she had an issue up here about my grandson being in the dress. I mean, I'm trying to see what the issue is about that.
Okay, you'll have to talk to Dara.
Who's Dara?
Director. She's down in the other classroom.
Is she the one that was in charge of the kids while my grandson?
But I can't talk to you.
Why?
Because you're not on the form. So we'll have to get Dara up here and she will let you.
I mean, first of all, I'm coming down here because we don't do that. The transgender and all that, we don't do that. And I don't appreciate you encouraging him to put on no dress for the second day, too. I don't appreciate that. And don't think this is going away. I'm going further with this.
Okay, go down and talk.
No, I'm not done talking to you. I'm letting you know the next time that you put any kid in a dress, we're going to make you go viral.
Okay, you need to talk to my director. Is it? I, as a teacher.
No, I'm letting you know I got an issue with you about that. I'm not playing with you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But you should have called me before you made the decision to put my grandson in a dress.
Okay.
No, I'm speaking to you.
You do not talk to me in that tone with my children.
I wouldn't be up here if you wouldn't put my grandson in no dress.
Yeah.
Well, do what you got to do. No, I'm taking it up with you.
You know, I could see myself being that angry too. I mean, like, first off, what are you doing cross-dressing kids anyway, right? Like, why? It's not, I don't understand these fucking schools. I really don't get it, man. Why they think they want to, like, push all these crazy political agendas, and I've seen school board after school board meeting, and I mean, it goes from the homosexual books that they've got in the libraries to, you know, to this crazy like confusing the children with this transgender stuff. I mean, yeah, and somebody pointed out, who just said that there's a cross on the wall, dude, isn't that wild? Yeah, there's a cross in the thanks noise. Good point. Like, I don't know where the school is, obviously, you know, they got a cross on the wall. If this is a Christian school, wow. Anyway, bizarre world. Okay, next. Okay, so this is in Seattle, right? This is how bad it's gotten in Seattle, like where there's a school, okay, and the kids literally have to walk by people shooting up drugs. Again, sorry to say, guys, I mean, it is what it is, right? This is a democratically controlled area of the United States, Seattle, and this is what you're getting. Like, oh yeah, let's just give out drugs, let's give out needles, and now, like, I can't believe the kids are walking by this shit. You should see it. It's unbelievable. Here it is.
$3 piece, $10, and everybody's buying. At the corner of 12th and Jackson, there's a thriving black market of stolen goods being sold for pennies on the dollar.
$15 piece of crack.
On the other side, addicts use and trade hardcore drugs in plain sight. And just down the block on King Street, multiple infernos have raged out of control at this massive homeless encampment, right underneath the state highway. And look at this man with a needle in his arm, setting up for his next fix, doing it right in front of students as they head home from school. This free-for-all culture of illicit activity happens on the regular in the heart of Seattle's Chinatown International District.
I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I see a lot of people who are addicted to a lot of things.
The problem is, Summit Sierra High School is caught in the middle of this unwanted action. Listen to what this student has to say.
It's scary.
Scary? Along with math and science, the students at this charter school are also learning how to avoid fentanyl fumes.
That's doing drugs right there. You guys have to see this every day.
As they walk through a gauntlet of users.
I just try not to look at them.
Encountering addicts who feel entitled.
The high school kids right here.
Okay, I didn't put the high school there.
Or show total disregard for anyone's well-being.
Bye.
There's a school right across the street, and you're doing blues here. Come on.
That school literally just put their sign up. That was not obvious that was a school a week ago. You can double check. Goodbye.
Like I said, it's a mess out here.
Even though more police officers are patrolling the area, it's still not enough to make a lasting difference.
Well, what can the high school kids do?
That's why Zuri Aguayo says students at Summit Sierra are being advised to walk in groups to stay safe.
For basketball team, cheerleader team, they have to have adults all the time walking with them.
Making matters worse, violent crime in Seattle hit a 15-year high last year. And the International District had the most shootings and shots fired calls in the city.
This historic part of our greater downtown region should be a safe.
In his State of the City address this week, Mayor Bruce Harrell acknowledged the ongoing problems in the CID, but nothing about helping the school.
Very frustrating, especially, like I said, for the kids.
I've reached out numerous times to the mayor and council member Tammy Morales about their responsibility in addressing these hotspots, but still no response. And because the encampment is on Washington State Department of Transportation property, I've also tried to get answers from washed-out officials and Governor Jay Inslee.
We're trying to do everything we can as fast as we humanly can.
But nothing from them either.
What would you like to say to the governor or the Washington State Department of Transportation?
It shouldn't be up to us.
That's why students and school administrators are now realizing they're on their own.
Like, literally all those people are doing drugs.
Parents like Kate Watts and her daughter Ella have have been sounding the alarm for months.
It's problematic. Kids should not think it's normal.
But say elected officials are not responding to their pleas for help.
Honestly, we're very desensitized to it. I am.
That's why they're taking matters into their own hands.
You can see all the natives that we picked up today.
Some in Sierra parents, staff, and students are volunteering to help clean up the area.
Should we get that trash?
Since they're tired of waiting for others to take action.
Kids should not grow up on having to step over people who are passed out.
So far on this test, $15, huh? Yeah. Plot says the city and state get a failing grade.
What are we going to do? Just sit and watch?
So messed up, man. And, there's a new drug out now that they're mixing with a tranquilizer. Did you guys heard about that? Is it called, I want to say maybe it's just called Trank, but they're mixing it with the fentanyl now. And they're saying that that's rotting people's skin, and when they're on it, they look like they're like zombies or something, and it's be on the lookout. But that's supposed to be taking over our cities too. Some sort of as if fentanyl wasn't bad enough, and it's like, okay, I understand that, where's the DEA and the drug task force and stuff? We're being bombarded by this stuff, and it's just destroying cities. One of the stories is that back when the Afghanistan war started with Russia, the story was on the Russian side was that there was so much heroin coming in from Afghanistan into Russia that it was decimating populations and cities there. So they went in there to do something about it. That's what that whole war was about. It wasn't about evil Russia, supposedly, picking on little Afghanistan. It was because of the amount of heroin that was getting pushed into their country. And of course, we go in there after 9/11, right? And you see Geraldo Rivera doing a news broadcast where our troops are protecting the poppy fields, and we're trying to get them to learn to grow squash, but in the meantime, we got to protect the cash crop, because if we don't do it, the enemy will get a hold of the crops. And it's like, you could burn the whole thing down, and then I don't know. It's always weird, isn't it? Why do all these wars always have some sort of weird drug undertone? You ever notice that? Like even Vietnam, Air America, that type of thing. It's always Anyway, it seems to be a common occurrence. So here it is, and and I feel bad for these people. I hope that the people that are out there volunteering, nobody gets attacked or something happens and gets stabbed or something like that. Being around people who are really high on drugs. I just hope nothing terrible happens. But it's a bad situation out there. But it's nice in one way to see people trying to stand up and do something to change their cities and trying to help their communities. It's good to see. All right, let's see. What was the next one here? We had, this is kind of interesting. Newly released footage from, now apparently this footage is being leaked out, or not leaked out, it's been released. They had, 1,400 hours of video or whatever it was. They have a whole bunch of different, angles and body cams and stuff like that from January 6th that, just wouldn't be released. They didn't want us to see it because it was national security or whatever. It's like, whatever, right? Well, anyway, some of this is getting out. And listen to this cop. He's like, we were set up, the Capitol Police Department was saying that. It's really interesting. So, there was something else afoot. So let's listen in.
Who set the cops up on Jan 6?
They set up 64. Oh, absolutely. And then
they answered the code 2 hours later.
Was it the same people who set up the rally attendees?
Right away. They set us the fuck up. So now we ain't got shit. We ain't got no motherfucking.
Is this why so much January 6th footage has been hidden for so long?
Take this motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah. There's all kinds of crazy shit happening that we didn't see. You had to be down there to really feel that energy. Also, they were throwing in like tear gas into the crowds and trying to really get them amped up and stuff like that, get them angry so that they would storm the Capitol and stuff like that. And it's shocking to see that with all those people there, more damage wasn't done. You know, you think like that thing could have went so far south, man. I think they were hoping it would, and it just really never manifested the way they wanted it to. I think people stayed calm. I think Trump told people. I think people kind of knew that there was enough, you know, pretty smart people in that crowd that kind of knew what might happen if they went into that Capitol. So if they went in, they weren't going to do anything to jeopardize, the presidential movement at that point in time. So I don't know, man. You know, the fact that they always want to hide this stuff and keep it from us for so long, and then now it's starting to get out there. I think we're going to see more of this, and there has been other videos and other angles that are starting to leak out slowly, or at least leak out onto social media. So we'll see what happens with all this. I think that, God, I pray that there's a big reveal in this world, like this evil manifestation that's kind of engulfed our world in the last, since 2016, 15, since the Mandela effect, really. Like our world has literally flipped upside down since that point in time, hasn't it? It's incredible to see. But I hope to God that there's a big reveal one day, like before we end up having too many people hurt, or too many people killed, or, you know, going to war. Maybe it's a real war, maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's a stage type thing. I wonder, like, you know, looking ahead, I keep thinking, like, man, I don't know, one thought comes to my mind is, like, what's going to happen in a few years when all those poor people who took the vaccine and stuff, are they going to have, like, is it going to be a minute before they start really showing signs or complications? I know we've seen some video, sudden death, you know what I'm talking about, right? But I wonder, like, what's going to happen, and, like, how is it a ticking time bomb, you know? And then you think of, like, all of our military, a lot of the military that stayed took it as well, and now you have a lot of people that are not joining the military because they just don't like the administration, they don't like the way the Americans, they don't feel comfortable joining our military for various reasons. And then you think, well, what happens if, like, a lot of people that are in the military now end up having to leave because they have, you know, some strange illnesses? And it's like, how weak would our country be? Would we be ripe for the pickings here in the next few years, or even this year or something? You know, I feel like something major is going to happen this year. Like we're really going to see something pretty substantial take place. I don't know. This year is going to be a very pivotal year. But it could be the next few years as well. But I just feel like there's going to be something's coming on the horizon. So, all right, let's see what else we got. I guess that was. Let me see what else I had. Hold on, let me check. These are not in order, you know. I was watching some Salty Cracker earlier too. Check them on Salty. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, you see, it's stuff like this. It's like, man, it's too obvious. I mean, how can you even hide this anymore? Let me present. So the caption is, 3 teachers from the same North Carolina school died suddenly within a few months of each other. Let's see what they have to say about it.
Students at Thomasville Primary School will have a remote learning day on Friday. This all coming as we've learned about the death of a 3rd teacher from the school in just a little more than 3 months. The first was on November 14th with the death of the 2nd grade teacher, Andrea White Hunter. Then on January 13th, kindergarten teacher Eva Shetley died. And just this past Saturday, 2nd grade teacher Terry Register passed away. School officials have not said how they died, but say each teacher did have health concerns. The school will be providing resources for parents, students, and staff members impacted by their deaths.
Well. Once again, a group of teachers that, I don't know. I mean, anything can happen in this world, right? I mean, it's possible that maybe. It's possible that it could all be a coincidence, you know? It just happened to be, 3 teachers in the same school. They didn't look really that old. Maybe in their 50s, right? Yeah. Died suddenly. They had health. Yeah, maybe they did it after they did something, if you know what I mean. Crazy. What do you guys think? Have you guys seen, like, I was looking at some stuff on social media too. It's like, you've seen all these, 2 things. Electric cars, right? I don't know why. I don't know if it's, because of the GPS system in other countries, but have you seen those ones where, like, a Tesla, like, just goes flying down the road at, like, literally, it looks like it's going 200 miles an hour. And it's just, I mean, I would say these are, like, in other Asian countries, maybe it's happening. But, like, these things are just losing their shit, man, and flying down the road. Have you seen that? Those are wild videos. Another one too is a lot of these, batteries that are burning. I know you guys have seen that in phones and stuff like that, but I don't know. That would just, it seems like it's coming up more often now. Maybe because there's more electrical cars. So one of the things they're saying is European Union to ban gas-powered cars by 2035. No more gas-powered cars. Huh. Yeah, they're really moving to all this. I don't want an electric car. I'm not. I would be okay with an electric car for something I'm driving around town, but I don't want to be in something that I want to go any long distances in. If I had, like, something that, sure, I'd do that. Gas or electric car for going up the street to get groceries, or, like within, like, say, a 10-mile radius. I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. But, like, if I'm cruising and I need to go to Houston, 400 miles away, or what is Houston? 300, 400? Anyway, if I'm going on a long trip down the road, nope. I just don't want to do it. I have a problem with cars. You know what I hate about new cars? It's like, and I don't know how I got so lucky, but my new car doesn't. I don't know how this does. I don't know what the hell. I just got lucky. But, when you sit in a car, I'm just not real quick to put on my seatbelt. I'm terrible. I just don't do it. I always, drive down the road, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let me put my seatbelt on. And because if I'm just driving up the street, I don't really want to wear a seatbelt. I know. I find them to be restrictive. I grew up in an era where we didn't have to wear seatbelts. I mean, it's not a big deal to me. I feel like I'm a good enough driver that, I know I probably wore one, but But I'm bad about that. And one thing I hate is when the car beeps at you, you know, and just drives you insane until you put the damn seatbelt on. And I hate cars that do that. In my, you know, the newest car I bought, which is like 2015, you know, it's a used one, but it's new to me, and it doesn't do that. And I was like, oh shit, dude, I am so lucky. I didn't even think about it when I was buying it. But I have, you know, but then I took it in to get service, and they gave me a brand new one, 2023. And dude, that thing was driving me nuts. Because when I'm driving around campus at work, like, you know, it's an area where there's villas and stuff, you know. And, you know, there's just nobody on the streets. There's no reason to wear a seatbelt. And I'm going in and out checking on stuff, you know, around campus. So I don't want to wear a seatbelt, but that damn car was like blowing me up. And I was just like so annoyed. Anyway. Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, God damn. I don't know, man. I feel like, you know, it's like the whole safety and security thing, you know, it's restricting me, and I don't know. I feel like Chevrolet. You know what's crazy in Texas is like you can have a motorcycle and not wear a helmet, right? They repealed the helmet law. Okay. Well, you're telling me that I can get on a bike and not wear a helmet? Now, I think that's crazy. I used to ride. There's no effing way I would ever ride a motorcycle without a helmet. That's fucking crazy. Now that's crazy. But when it comes to seatbelt, I'm like, you know? I'm like, got airbag, air curtains and shit. I'm fine. Shit. I'll just be like in the middle of a marshmallow if this thing crashes. I'll be good. But if I'm on a motorcycle, you know, no helmet, shoot, no thanks. I don't want to be a vegetable or something. I'm just saying, it's kind of strange. They'll say you have your freedoms to ride a motorcycle without a helmet, but they won't repeal the seatbelt law. I think if you're going to do one, I think you should do the other. Just saying, let's talk freedom, baby. You know, but anyway, I know on one hand I'm like, hell, yeah. When they repealed the helmet thing, I was like, well, I mean, I see, you know, I see that. I understand, you know, I get it. You want to ride without a helmet. I understand what it's like to ride without a helmet, as well as ride with a helmet. But I think it's absolutely insane not to ride a motorcycle with a helmet, especially if you live in a metropolitan area like, you know, Dallas, Fort Worth. But I think people should have the right, you know, and I don't think like the seatbelt should necessarily be mandated if, you know, you don't have to wear a helmet. Fair? I don't know. Who knows? The powers that be don't want us going long distances, Sir Deborah O'Connor. Hey, Deborah. You know, Deb, you're right. They want us in the new state-of-the-art cities, don't they? They want us to be pretty much. They don't want us to move around or do anything. Yeah. I don't know what to say about all that. You know, and they always say that we're overpopulated. We're not overpopulated. They're just not allowing. I think they're buying up all the land, and they're not allowing new developments outside the city, the current city. So what they're doing is they're just like shoehorning all these people in here. You know, when you fly over the United States in a plane and you look down, you're in a, you know, aircraft. There is so much open area. It's incredible. You're telling me we couldn't live a little more sparsely out there somewhere, you know? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like they're really trying to make things very uncomfortable inside the city. And of course, with everybody having a car, that makes things even more difficult when you consider, you know, you're all trying to get to the same place. My little town here in Texas, I don't know what the F has happened to it. I think there's been a lot of people from California, places like that, moved in over here. I do believe there's been a lot of immigrants that have moved over here and come this way, because there was already a pretty substantial Hispanic population in my town. And now when you go to the store on a Tuesday, there are days where you can't even find a parking spot. And then there's still, and what's crazy about it is you're looking around and they're building more and more apartment buildings. Not houses, apartments, right? To shove another 250, 300 families into these apartments. We do not have the resources right now. I'm like, where are you people going to shop? I mean, how many people are going to be shoved into this little city? This little city was just a little country town that had plenty of amenities, and it was very nice and comfortable. In the last 2 years, it has turned into a shithole. And I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, the worst thing Trump did about the wall is he should have built the wall around Texas only and blocked everybody from, California and New Mexico and places like that. Stop them, they had a California plate and make them turn around. Wow, do I sound like an isolationist or something? I do. It's terrible, right? It's like, fuck that. Don't let them. No, and if they got fucking Kool-Aid hair or something like that, like, fuck that. Get out of here. But if you look in their car and, like, don't tell, like, you can't tell anybody, like, the prerequisite, right? You just go up as a cop and you're like, all right, you're from California? All right. And you look in the car, you're like, all right, I see some Starbucks. All right, I see, is that a pocket Bible? Okay, cool, you can come in. You go in and you start seeing a bunch of freaks in there, like fucking, like, what I'm talking about. You start seeing those people, man, just like, no, man, you can't come in, sorry. You're not allowed. That's where we should have built the wall. Fuck. Anyway, just saying. But Dallas Fort Worth, man. I think, I couldn't believe the numbers. Dallas Fort Worth used to be 2 million people, and that was like maybe 20 years ago. It was 2 million. Let's see, let me look. How many people live in EFW surrounding areas or in the suburbs? Oh, listen. All right, get this shit, okay? Now, obviously, it's pretty spread out. It's like LA, but there's 7.6 million freaking people here now. There used to be 2 million, and that was that was the surrounding areas of Dallas and Fort Worth together, maybe 2.5. All right, I'll give you that. Now there's 7.6 million. Everyone's piling in here, man. This place is awful. I keep thinking, like, man, I really want to, I don't know. I don't even know where to go anymore. I don't know where to go. I'm just saying, I hate it. I want to go further out in the country, but there is no country to go. Even the towns that are out there now, they're being inundated so much with people, new people moving in. They don't have the infrastructure to handle it. So even though it may be still, quote unquote, a small town, it's blowing up, and then there's like a little 2-lane road to get here and there, and dude, there's a stop sign, and like literally it's backed up 30 deep because people are waiting at the stop sign because they don't have a red light. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's fucked up. It's really getting crowded, and this goes back to my mother. She was telling me they did scientists had tested what it would be like to put rats and overpopulate a rat population, and they realized that once you started doing it, the rats were fine at a certain level, but then as you started introducing more rats into the population, they became violent. They even like, it started fucking with their psyches. And in fact, and this is what it showed, saying they even became homosexual. Maybe they were confused because of the overpopulation problem. I don't know, but whatever. Not saying that's necessarily because of, there's other factors for us, but I just think I found that interesting, like violence and stuff like that, like the stress and the diseases and stuff that formed when people were forced to live, in a population center that was overpopulated. I thought it was pretty wild. But yeah. When did the UFO hologram start? Cryptotic. I think they've already started. But I don't know what the hell to tell you about that, man. What is it? What is all this stuff? You think they really do have do they have technology? Do you think they have technology to beam into the sky? Maybe they do. A lot of people think 9/11, the planes look a little suspicious. People wonder if they use some type of blue beam holographic technology there. They could have it. I just think that's crazy to think that they could do it. But then I've heard other people say that yes, it's very possible the technology does exist. Do they do a UFO thing? I don't know. I mean, if the end game is sort of like at the very end to unite everybody so that we're under the one world, true one world system, some sort of governing body, because we have to all join together, join forces against the aliens. Yeah, I can see that. That'd be perfect. Not to mention, like, they sort of really are preparing us for this, like, for that type of an event. Because if you think of, like, what they've done in the last, couple decades, where slowly but surely they have, like, interviewed military people, supposedly, I don't know if this is true, but they have them. They say they're military people, and they're saying, yeah, these things really do exist. So it's pretty much like, I think if you ask most people, they believe, I think they believe in UFOs more than they believe in God. I mean, we are ripe for the pickings for the great deception. We sure are. So, yeah, it's probably going to go down like that, man, at some point. I would say that's definitely the final nail in the coffin, though. We won't see that till the very, very end. There's a whole bunch of stuff that has to happen first. But while that's going on, they'll still throw out some strange... There is some strange shit. I mean, anytime you do any UFO research, and I still take a peek at it from time to time, just to see what people are saying they see. What's really compelling is the cell phone footage. Again, anything can be faked. However, some of this footage is really bizarre, and it's very compelling. Makes you wonder. I don't think it could be blue beam. Can't say it's not, but then again, it could be some of our own stuff. I'll tell you something I saw in the sky the other day, man. This thing tripped me out. I was out there working on the car, and I look up and I started seeing like a contrail, but this contrail wasn't going across the sky. It was doing all kinds of, like, it was doing circles and stuff. And I'm like, what in the F is that? And I could see an aircraft, a jet. And I grabbed my camera and I zoomed in, and I didn't hit the record button because, well, it's like a brand new camera, and I wasn't quite, it has like, it's like a P900, but it's a smaller one. And I zoomed in. I'm trying to see, there's something, and this is crazy, guys. There was a plane, you could see the jet making, like dogfight type maneuvers, right? And it was throwing like a little like a contrail behind it. But what was weird is there was something else that was flying around with it, and I couldn't for the life of me tell you exactly what it was. It was a different color. It was not laying a contrail, but yet it was making the moves. It was almost more fluid than the jet. It was fucking weird. And I'm like, holy shit, what the hell is going on in our skies in Texas, man? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a video similar to that too, where it looked like there was some kind of weird shit going on. Of course, this was during all the balloon stuff, right? And so then I was like, man, is there something up there that we're intercepting, or is there something they're messing with us? Because there was not a air show or anything like that going on that I knew about. And besides, it was really high in the sky, so it wasn't low where, the audience could really see it. I don't know, man. It was weird. There's definitely something else up there with that plane, and it was like mimicking it or doing the same. Then I kept thinking, well, maybe it's another plane and it was just filming it or something. But I'm like, no, man, there's something going on. I don't know. It's something seemed real, because that thing was like, it would haul ass, and then it would come back around making a hard banking turns, and then you could see it like doing all kinds of wild maneuvers, very, very reminiscent of a dogfight. So I just wish I would have captured it a little better. I could have seen, but everything was moving so quick in the camera, so I couldn't really tell you what it was. All I know is that there was a jet, and there was definitely something else, following it. And it was weird. Just right there, I'm like just in a clear blue sky, just above my head. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I would always say people, look up, because I think we're gonna start seeing more stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised. My thought was too, like, what if it was, what if we were intercepting something in our airspace? Obviously, we're not gonna. They'll tell us everything. Maybe it was. Maybe we did, see something. That is exactly what Ronald Reagan said. What? What did Ronnie say? Oh. I'm trying to remember what Ronnie said. Help me out. Yeah. Something that looked like a blimp, huh? Hypnotic. When I was a kid, I remember seeing something in the sky at dusk, and I never forgot about it. And I'd always wondered what the F it was, but somebody always said, oh, it's just a weather balloon. But the strangest thing, it wasn't a balloon. Well, it didn't look like a balloon. It was like a circle in the sky. I guess, like, maybe I was seeing the outside of the balloon and the center was, transparent or something, maybe. But it didn't look like the normal, like it was perfectly round. And I remember seeing this thing in the sky a few times. And, I don't know, we were just playing. I remember looking up, what is that, And there was just something in the sky, just right there. And, another time, we were watching a lunar eclipse. This is the first time I really, truly think I witnessed something, maybe at that time. I was like, oh, shit, maybe this is something, extraterrestrial. But we were all standing, I remember we all had the lawn chairs. We're all waiting on we're out there talking. This is what I used to do. I used to do little star parties at my house. So we'd sit out there with the lawn chairs, had a telescope out, watching the eclipse, it was just something to do, on a nice summer night. And 4 lights came from, like literally perfect, in a geometrical, straight line, like almost like north, east, south, and west, right? They came from that angle. And each light converged around the moon. It spun, okay? It spun, they all spun like in a circle, and they all went, phew, and flew. I mean, when I'm talking, they were gone. okay? And I'm like, and we were all staring going, whoa. You can imagine teenage kids freaking out, right? And I remember we're just like, what the? And that was pretty wild. I don't even know what to because it had become kind of a slight cloud layer had kind of, covered the moon a little bit. And yeah, these things were, you could tell, it looked like they were above the clouds, but you could see the lights. And it just happened so fast. I mean, they came in, boom, circled, bam, and they were gone. And we were like, okay, that was pretty cool. So, anyway, I saw a blimp once that I swear to God was a UFO. This blimp was, I was really into the UFO stuff at the time. And it literally looked like something morphing above us. And we got out of the car. We had been to a movie, and me and my friends, and I'm like pointing at it, going, "Look, I told you!" Like this was the moment, right? Like E.T. was here, and I was all about "I told you so." And we're looking up, and we're like, "Wait a minute!" And now this night was really windy, and there was kind of sort of a canyon that it was sort of a hilly area, right? But it's like a gorge. So this wind was being funneled right through there. And what happened was that this blimp, it was a MetLife, a smaller blimp. What we were seeing was, the why it looked so weird was the blimp was on its side, like literally about to flip over because it was just struggling, right? It was just being rocked by the wind. And so the lights around the blimp made it look like it was sort of doing some weird, patterns or morphing into something. And it was a dark night, so, you couldn't really, tell what it was at first until we saw the bottom part of the blimp where, where you, like the cabin. And I watched this dude, like, this guy almost hit a giant power line. And then, he was just fighting this wind. I mean, you could see this poor guy. This blimp was being rocked all over the place and being thrown around. And this dude made it back to the airport. We followed it. I mean, there was a train of cars following this blimp. And because I honestly thought we were going to see a crash for real. And it made it back and it landed. And I'm like, dude, I don't know who that blimp pilot was, but damn it, if I ever fly in a blimp, I want that. That guy was badass. That dude was awesome. I couldn't believe that blimp, that it fought those winds like that. Because you got to think, it's just like a balloon with a propeller, And there it is up in the sky. And I don't know what happened. I don't know, how he got caught in that wind. You would have thought maybe it was a freak thing. I don't remember. But yeah, strange stuff. I just will never forget that night because I really thought that, oh shit, that's a UFO, man. Oh crap. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, just some stories. Just some stories for the broadcast. But yeah, guys, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up because it's almost 2 a.m. here in Texas. 1:40. Big time. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, the commentary, and all that. And I will try to be back again this weekend as well. Maybe tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. But I'm taking Monday off, so I could probably do a Sunday night broadcast. And working on a lot of things, just in my personal life, trying to get a few things, just shored up. And anyway, yeah, busy. I have some family in town right now and stuff like that, so I'll try to get to it for sure. But, maybe we can have a few people on tomorrow night, just, have another late night kind of, chit-chat broadcast and just, do some sharing with you guys. Participants list. We have Crypnotic, Dean Johnson, Deborah O'Connor, Richard's here, Keep Calm,
Go!
Linman, Noise Guru.
We're out here. I'm out here like swimwear. I'm in there like swimwear. I forgot to say. Had a long fucking day. It's been a long week. And I feel like I haven't made enough videos. I'm starting to get that itch to like edit something. But I feel like I have to wait till like Monday, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna try to edit a video tomorrow. I was gonna edit one tonight. But then, like, you know, I was gonna do a video. Then I saw Phil's doing this stupid shit. So I figured, why not? What else is on the agenda? Snort. Oh yeah, our buddy the Decepticon. He dropped part 2 of his Past the Dare series. So yeah, I wanted to like push through all that shit, dude. And I'll have some videos out later. Cat with Hotfish, yo, thanks, dude. I appreciate that a lot.
That's what it sounds like.
Alright, let me catch up with Phil.
Not even further discussion. The moment someone says to you,
what's up, guys?
Hey, I'd like to be in an open marriage. Our marriage is done. We're divorced. Goodbye. Get the fuck out of my house. Gone.
Oh, let me turn the
instantaneously
up.
Done.
Oh, damn.
Because
I forget his audio.
if you are in a situation where someone says that to you, that person does not want to be with you. You're with the wrong person. True marriage, from what I've experienced.
Oh my God, he's really talking about marriage.
Who get each other to the point where you don't ever want to be apart ever again. You want to be together for life, and when you marry, that is the act of marriage. Is that you're saying?
Oh yeah, bro, you're on the beach, cat.
To the world,
bro, that's sick. I wish I was on a goddamn
relationship forever. Okay,
that's nice.
And if you are going to say, I want to be in a polyamorous relationship, you didn't even understand what you signed.
Yo, what's up, Justin?
Married, you were
going good, bro.
You were being
had a little long day at work.
Irresponsible.
Very chill.
You were being dishonest, and you are.
What's up, C?
Because you know what? It's divorce. It's either we're married or we're not. Now we're married, and now all these other people are involved. That is absolutely positively not understanding what marriage is.
Dude, Phil could barely stand when a refrigerator in a video game talks sexual to him. Of course, this would be Phil's take about poly marriages. Like, would I be in a poly marriage? No. If I was a very rich man, maybe. You know, it makes sense if you're rich. But when you're poor, you can't be in a polyamorous relationship. You know, that's usually like those weird rat people that live in trailers. You know, it's like one weird chick with like 4 disgusting men and shit, dude. What's up, son? Not right now, sonny. I'll see you later, boy.
I'll see you later.
You'll see me later?
Yeah.
Alright, peace. Love you. What? You're thirsty? Oh, shit. Here. I got you a ball of water, kid. Get out of my face. Love you, dude. Alright. Oh, my bad. Peace.
Marriage is, you are destroying what marriage is supposed to be, both legally and morally. And that is not...
Yo, Klaus, thanks for the 25, bro. DSP's projecting so hard. He is. It's just weird. So, like, personally, I wouldn't be in a poly marriage. But for some people, it works. You know, and as long as it's... You guys know how I am. As long as you're not, like, out hurting other people, you should have the freedom to practice with whatever you want, with whoever you want. And if it works for you, it works for you. And if it doesn't, then hopefully you learned a lesson, you know? I don't know, fucking do it better the next time or some shit. But Phil's just like, you're either divorced or you're married to one person. You can't just be in a poly marriage. It's like, bro, there's like millions of people that are married together, and they're fucking millions of people, and it's chill, you know? Bro, he's never been to a swingers party, you could tell. He's never done anything fun sexually as a young man.
He's
a virgin, bro.
Not a relationship. It's fucking around. It's not to be taken seriously, and you can never be in a serious, long-term polyamorous relationship, period. You can fool yourself into...
Dude, I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, it does to some people because it's not a conventional, it's not a conventional relationship that we're all used to. Phil's acting like he just met his first gay person or something, dude. You know? Like, bro, like lots of people have successful poly relationships. And the point, people get into polyamorous relationships because these two people, they actually love each other. Like, at the end of the day, they're gonna come home to each other and they're paying bills together. And they might have fucking kids like they're just like us, bro. But, to them, they came to a realization that they can't just fuck the same person over and over for the rest of their lives. So they're cool with fucking other people, and that's okay with them. And that's okay with me. Oh my god, this guy doesn't understand the world.
How's it going, Neo? You're the guy from China, right?
Or other people.
Whatever your name is.
Or how other people just can't. They don't think like you, Phil. There's lots of people that are fucking other people, both the husband and the wife, and they come home together at the end of the day. Bro, they're old couples, bro. Like, there's a swingers community. There's a whole community of people, they like meet up in apartments and hotel rooms, and they have like buffets and shit, and they have a big orgy together. Like, he hasn't heard of swinging? They used to do this shit all the time back in the day. There'd be a buffet, a fucking cheese fountain and shit, bro. People link up, and they're just fucking all over the house, dude. It's disgusting. Like, the smells. I just imagine the smells coming from a party like that, bro. Ugh. And then they eat at these fucking things, homie, And they trade keys. Back in the 70s, they used to do that shit where they have, like, a house party. And then they, like, all the couples would put their keys into a bowl, right? And when the party's about to end and people are ready to leave, you would, like, grab somebody's keys. And you would go home with the person and the keys you grabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what swingers do at a party. Like, musical fucking, pretty much. Well, shit. Klaus, thanks for another 25, bro. DSP is not an ally anymore. Wait, what about gay? Wait, gay men? You think Phil likes gay men? No, Phil's not an ally. He ain't no ally. He doesn't like gay people. He thinks gay people are gross and creep him out. I'm pretty sure he feels the same way about gay people as he feels about blacks, He starts chewing on his fingers and shit, bro.
You're thinking it? That is not...
Oh, yeah, but what about gay marriage? Dude, gay marriage, I always fucking was for gay marriage. I want to know what he thinks. I really do. But it's Phil. He's gonna pretend and he's gonna oh, I love gay marriage, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They love each other. Like, Phil will have a very tempered but somewhat ignorant take on it. So, he does his little I'm a nice guy act to get new eyes on the channel and to not look like an abrasive piece of shit, even though he does when he's pretending to be an ally,
Okay? It's just, you're not committed. There's no commitment there if you're in a polyamorous relationship, period. So, this is complete bullshit. You're married with someone,
what's up, Luis? How you feeling today, bro?
I want to be in another relationship. Okay,
I can't, Luis.
Another relationship is out the...
I still didn't get my debit card yet. It should be in next week. Like, as soon as I get my debit card, I'm doing a giveaway. But as soon as I get it, and I'll announce it. I'll even try to do a community post. I can't really do it until I get my debit card. I can't even pay for my editing software and shit. They're sitting here like, hey, bro, you need to change your payment information. And I'm just like, fuck me, dude. It sucks.
Door right there. Bye. And, oh, I was just kidding. Oh, I'm not. Bye. And that's the end of it.
Klaus, that's dead, bro.
And you know what?
Hey, my guy, what's up, bro?
We're trusting Jared's word in this statement. Okay? We're 1,000,000% trusting Jared's word.
This guy, he's trying to justify the tweet he did to Pro Jared all those years ago. I remember when Pro Jared released this statement, dude. And it was a very, well thought out, concise statement. You know? And it was very open and all of that. A few years ago, Heidi asked me if we could be in an open poly marriage. I recognize now that this request and my willingness to go along with it was an unhealthy attempt to solve deeper issues that had developed within our marriage. Heidi has taken several casual partners and has been in a more serious relationship with another partner since 2017. Whether done to make her own actions feel justified or because she genuinely believed it would help me build self-esteem, Heidi suggested that I also engage with other women. Heidi encouraged me to tell Holly that I was developing feelings for her, but when I did, things changed with Heidi. She became very angry and vindictive and did not want me to see or speak with Holly anymore. She called me a cheater and claimed that I was destroying our marriage because of my affair, even though she continued to have other relationships with other partners. Bro, it's pretty much one person's word against another person's word, and there isn't even fucking, super concrete evidence. You know, and I feel like people took Pro Jared's situation and just blew it out of proportion, dude. Bro, yeah. Ugly guy cheats on his wife. Who fucking cares? Pretty sure your mom's cheating on your dad right now. You wouldn't fucking know. You know? Shit. And if Phil was in this position, bro, he would be having a mental fucking breakdown. A mental breakdown. He says we do this. Our community, we sit here and we do this. What happened to Pro Jared, dude? Literally cheated on his fucking wife. And if I remember right, they were trying to say that he was assaulting people. Bro, his whole story got so fucking convoluted at one point. But I didn't see Heidi come out here and try to really fucking, try to straighten shit out. Dude, Jared had to fight a bunch of accusations off with a fucking stick, and he's still here. He didn't get canceled, the guy's still here, you know?
This is actually what happened.
Shit. They said he was a pedophile, all that, dude.
2017. She says, I want to be in a polyamorous relationship.
Ketwan, yeah, bro. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. You have to pay for that shit. It's $20 fucking bucks a month.
Okay, this is me speculating. Okay? Jared is at the top of his YouTube career. He had his biggest year in 2015.
And it lets me use Photoshop, After Effects. I get the whole Adobe suite. I just have to pay for that shit every month.
He meets someone in 2014. During that time when he's up and up, everything is roses and rainbows and unicorns. Oh my God, there's a girl who's a cosplayer and she likes me, and I've got nothing.
This isn't a reaction. Phil's really digging, he's scraping the bottom of his fucking brain to, make it look like he's reacting. But this is Phil. Anything to do with sex that isn't a man doing the missionary position, running like an ape on top of a fucking fucking lip went down the road, bro. Unless it's traditional sex with a man and a woman, bro, Phil ain't with it, dog. He doesn't like dirty talk. He doesn't like boobies poking through shirts, bro. Have you seen a nice big-titted woman wearing a sweater before? Bro, those were one of my favorite things in life. My top 10 favorite things, besides cuddly puppies and I don't know, getting a raise at work or so. Those things that make your heart leap in the air for no reason. It's when I see some big tits in a sweater. Phil sees big tits in a sweater, bro. He starts chewing on his fingers and eating them, dude. It's nuts.
The hots for her. Oh my God.
How is this reaction valid? I can't even consider anything he's saying valid because I know the person. I know him. He's just projecting his own views and beliefs. Oh, I'm a married man. I'm in a happy marriage. I'm so happy. Bro, get the fuck out of my face, Phil. This is not a genuine reaction. This isn't genuine, bro.
Let's get married. Let's do all that. So what it is the steamroll effect of popularity and positivity. all he's seeing around him is sparkles, right? He can't see the reality of what's happening around him.
He didn't just say that, did he? Like, I'm not having a stroke, right? Phil actually said that. I'm dead, bro. Phil's describing his life right now. He's surrounded by nothing but yes men, and he keeps them close to his pocket, bro. You know, and it helps him ignore how his life and his channel and his situation really is, you know? He's like projecting that onto Pro Jared. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna look and see. I think I watched a Pro Jared video like last year, dude. And I would watch Pro Jared pretty much. Bro, look at this. Guy sitting here with almost 1 million subs. He just dropped this video, bro. 27,000 views. Bro, I don't know, Phil. Like, he ain't getting the views he used to get, but he's still doing good. His channel's healthy. I think he's streaming on Twitch, too. He does retro streams on Twitch, bro. Like, he's chilling. Like, what happened to Pro Jared was his masturbation accident, you know, in a way. Like, he wasn't masturbating, but, bro, he handled it well. He isn't begging for fucking money every day, Phil. Hey, it's me, Pro Jared. Remember to give me a membership. We need to hit the membership goal so we can do Pro Jared Eats Pizza. Yes, I'm going to order a pizza and only eat 2 slices, and I'm going to give my fat wife the rest. You know? Like, Pro Jared out here fucking boss living, bro. This fucking prick. This is all just for him to capitalize on that one gay tweet he did. Fucking, in what, 2018, 2017 years ago. Bro, one little tweet, 2,000-3,000 fucking likes. And he think, oh yeah, this will get me a bunch of views. Like, talk about the guy, remember the tweet I did? The one that went viral? Phil's such a little valley girl, bro.
Okay, all he sees...
Sorry, he annoyed me for a second.
Riding that wave.
Christopher, you prefer smaller boobs? I like small boobs, too.
Okay, this is my...
If they have to look nice.
Alright? Here's what I think happened, and I could be wrong. This is just me guessing. You know, take it as that. I don't have any factual evidence of anything.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing today, bro?
It says,
got your power back.
Oh
yeah, bro.
Here's a guy who's popular. I like being with this guy, right? Let's be together, let's get married. But she's not serious about it. She's like, hey, why not? If this works out, great. I hope this works out, because
Bro, see, Phil, you can tell Phil never had an actual sex life in his 20s. Or 30s. What the fuck? Bro, this guy's only slept with 2 women. Dog, 2. Think about that. Like, think about that as a person my age, or Phil's age and older, right? If you're in your 20s, I understand, you know, you're still going through the throes of figuring out yourself as a man and as a human being and your place in the world and shit like that. But, like, bro, I was slain in my 20s, dude. Fuck, I could never imagine only sleeping with 2 people. Fuck that.
Get all this money. I mean, marry him. Get with him. Have a life.
But, like, my point was, sorry, started rambling. My point is, there's a difference between fucking somebody and actually liking them. And if my little sister was here, she would tell you guys, like, no. She'd be like, my brother. She actually said this to my wife when we were first dating. Like, he was like, no, he actually likes you. Like, if he didn't, you could tell. Like, I get annoyed very easily. Like, in real life, people fucking annoy me really easily. So, like, even women I'm dating, women I've been with longer than I should have, they do shit that, like, legitimately fucking, like, fucks with my nerves, bro. Like, my baby mom, I only have 1 nerve left because she, like, came through and broke all my nerves, right? But there are things about those people at one point or another, even now, that I appreciate and I love those people for. You know, like these people have given me something that I probably couldn't give myself. I mean, besides like a vagina. You know what I'm saying? They like give you companionship. Like some of the shit Phil is saying. I'm dead. I put in some short rib at work before I left. That was the timer for it. I had to tell my boss before I leave. Short rib goes out the oven at 5. I'm out of here, bro. My alarm just went off for it. You know, I've actually had freakouts at home while I was making the video, and this alarm went off, and I was, oh shit! And I was like frantically calling work to make sure people took the meat out the fucking oven.
But then, oh well.
Yo, what's up, Sean Paul? How you feeling, bro?
She doesn't care because it's a better position for her, right? Now, I could be wrong. Maybe she was filthy rich, and this is not the case.
Drums, his mom doesn't care.
In at this situation, that's what it looks like. Okay? He's at the height of his popularity. You know what I'm saying? And so, jump on that train now, get in there now, get your hooks in them, and then if things don't work out, big deal. Get out of there later, right? I don't think that's the case with Jared. He was like, he actually loved this.
I had to stream tonight, bro.
And there was no discussion of
Phil talking about pro Jared. I couldn't miss this today. Like, bro, I literally just got off work. Normally when I stream, I have like 2 hours to kind of like unwind. But I was like, nah, I need to hop on this shit. Yo, Phil's talking about pro Jared, you know, and I just remembered when I was at work. Like, I was going to do a video tonight, and then I remembered that. And then I'm sitting like, fuck, I've been streaming too much. I need to, like, sit down and edit something, dude. So I think tomorrow or Monday, I'm going to sit down and edit a video. And we'll stream, like, another day or 2, and I'll do a video. I'm trying to get on a fucking schedule. It's hard.
All right? So, he goes into this...
Phil's been popping off the Pastor Derek drama, bro.
Yo. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. All right?
Gary, you just got off work, too. I hope it was a good day for you, dude.
True love and relationships are based on when someone is at their absolute, positive, rock bottom.
No.
Not when they are at their best.
Bro! Can you imagine someone whose address is 556 Rock Bottom fucking Avenue trying to tell you that you hit rock bottom? Bro, I swear to God, if Phil's reacting to my content and he said, Chill Mary is a person that hit rock bottom, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna shut my boat off, poke a hole in the bitch and let it sink. Cause I'm gonna order the one-way ticket to Renton, bro. You know, imagine this fucking pathetic begging loser, dog, criticizing your lifestyle because something about you went public. The guy, he masturbated on fucking stream. Didn't pull up his pants, didn't wash his hands. He picked up the controller. So, oh, the camera's on. Oh, the camera's been on the whole time. I didn't know. Oh, hello. Trying to test, actually trying to confirm that the camera was on. Like, Phil couldn't even believe it, bro. And then what does he do? Oh, my penis isn't showing. I think that's what happened. Phil's like checking to see if his dick was showing in his monitor, and it wasn't. So he's like, fuck it, I can play this off. Like, think about it. If any part of Phil's dick was shown, we wouldn't be dealing with this guy right now. Like, we really wouldn't. But, you know, no penis was shown. In a court of law, if we were to take him to a court of law and say, yeah, he's jerking off in front of children, the judge would literally be like, yeah, but, like, you know, how do you know he's an internet guy? What if he's doing this for the internet? A judge would literally say that to you, you know? So, yeah, Phil got away with it. But I think a normal person would have been embarrassed enough to never log on again or took a year break, but not Phil. I'm telling you, didn't wash the semen off his fingers, dog. He didn't even wipe his dick off, guys. Think about that. Think about the mess this guy made, and he just sat here and kept fucking streaming, bro. But he's gonna sit here and talk about pro Jared. Because he cheated on his wife. You know, because I don't know for sure if they were really poly or not. We're not in their lives. We don't have evidence, and it's a nothing burger. You know? Who fucking cares? I never really care. Oh, so-and-so cheated on so-and-so. That's a them problem. Let me know when someone gets caught embezzling money or something. Like some actual juicy content, bro. Who cares? It's like Maury drama, dog. You know?
They are absolute worst. If someone...
Catch one?
When you are...
There really were poly. Oh, shit.
That person is...
Well, then Phil's wrong. Everything he's saying is invalid. Because you can tell I at least can understand and put myself probably in someone else's shoes. Like, I understand why someone would want to be in a poly marriage. I could put myself in their shoes. Bro, I've been in relationships with fucking women I hated. Like my baby mom. Been like, you know, damn, bro, I wish I could just fuck other people. Right now. Oh, if I could, I would be in someone else's bed right fuck now. But I gotta drive home and deal with this fucking money-sucking bitch. You know, so it's easy for me to go like, yeah, bro, like, fuck, some people, they just don't want to fuck. And I've actually had sex with more than 10 people. You know, actually tried to chill with women. We're having sex. We're going on dates. We're both probably thinking this might be a relationship. And then it's just like...
Besides, you had 4 subscribers, now have 50, so you're further ahead than you were before.
Alrighty, that's going to be the stream for tonight. Hopefully you guys like the content, and I will be back tomorrow for another one. Yeah. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night.